I see you there in the chat. Those of you saying Monster Prom, we won. Monster Prom, let's go. Yes. Tonight is Monster Prom night. Hello, everyone. And tonight is Monster Prom night in part because, of course, tomorrow, we all know the special day is Halloween. And I figure what better way to practice for Halloween than to practice asking monsters to prom. Because it's a little known fact, chat. If you can get a monster to go to prom with you, you can get pretty much anyone you want. And tonight we're going to see just how far the monsters are willing to go, just how much they cannot resist me. Speaking of, why don't I turn on the music? Sometimes I have the music turned off in games like this at the start, so that way I can hear my intro music before it starts up. Yes, there we go. This is putting us in the mood. So I think the game should be at a pretty good level right now, but if it's too loud or too quiet, let me know, chat, and I can change it. A few things I should say about this game before we start. One of them is that I've never played this before, so this is a blind playthrough for me. That's right. So if anyone has any advice or thoughts on the game, it's like, if you've seen this game played before, you know, feel free to offer any thoughts that you might have. So yes, Robo, Terraditto, Blue Ice Cubes, welcome all of you to tonight's chat. Robo says, I know nothing about this game, actually, except one thing. The producer is like my favorite podcaster. If you played Cyberpunk 2077, you may know him as the guy with the broken PP. Okay, interesting. It's been a little too long since I've played Cyberpunk, so I don't quite remember that particular character, but I trust you that there is such a character in the game, and that is cool that he is your favorite podcaster. And if I'm not mistaken, they have some like sequels and DLC to this game now. There's like a whole Monster Prom extended universe. But today, we're just getting into it for the first time. All right, chat, how well do you think I can do at seducing these monsters? Let's see. Voice interjections. Yay or nay? Awesome voice effects. Make your own voice, no effects. I think I'm going to go with the awesome voice effects.
Sweet.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. How many of you are there? Well, just me for right now, because I'm a single dude on Valentine's Day. But by the end of the game, I will have all the monsters together in my harem. So for right now, I will pick single player. Let's see, short game around 30 minutes. Full game around 60 minutes. I think we can go into this for the long haul, chat. I think we have a full game in us. Ah, spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Oh yes, that's high school, all right. Who are you? Oh, here we get to pick our character, chat. I know about this game through a few YouTubers, and I love it. Can't wait to see how Axe plays. Ooh, thanks, Blaze Cubes. The pressure's on. So we can pick this guy. Okay, I kind of thought there was going to be like an explanation of who they are when I mouse over them, but apparently not. Apparently we're just going all on appearance right here. This guy, oh, he has like a little mascot thing on his shoulder. So that's, I guess, one of his character distinguishing features, one of his strengths. This one has fire for hair. Okay, so fire resistant. Oh, and I see with the red jacket, yeah, she's dressed in a way that matches her fire abilities. Very cool. I could be this guy. This must be like the son of Frankenstein's monster. Of course, it's natural, yeah, you'd find him at a monster high school. And then this also kind of looks Frankenstein's monster-esque, especially with the bolts coming out of the neck. Oh, or actually, maybe this guy's just like a more general zombie. And then this is like the daughter of Frankenstein's monster and the bride of Frankenstein. Okay, I think I'm starting to see how this works now. What would you say, chat? Which of these characters is most like me? If we're going based on how they're dressed. I think probably this one here on the far left is the one that is closest to the kinds of things that I would wear. This guy's dressed in maybe the more, you might think of him as like the quarterback of like the school, you know, football team. Whereas this one's more of like the nerd who studies in the library all the time. Of course, the two girls, yeah, they could have some similarities with me as well in their personalities and so on. Go with your gut. Yeah, I think that's what I've got to do on this one. Go with my gut. I do kind of like that this one has a little mascot with him, so I think I'm probably going to go with that. Though I could also see myself going, really for like none of these characters to me seem like, oh, like that's really different. Like that's really something I would not do or not wear or not be. So I could go with any of these. For right now, I think I'm going to start with this guy. Though in future playthroughs, maybe I will pick some of the others. Who are you really? Yellow. Yellow Oz. Yeah, one, but gender X could be 4. True that. All right, chat, time to pick a name. Yellow. Huh, what if I click on this? Yellow Oz. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I thought to change it, we had to like click on the yellow space, but no, we can also do custom name. Okay, chat. Yeah, custom name. What would a good name for this guy be? Let's see. Ongroleth. Those are just the random words on the keyboard. Random letters on the keyboard trying to type sounds. Axaeon. Isn't that the character from Crazy Taxi? That sounds familiar. Because I like this one so far, but there's just a little something that it's missing. Actually, instead of the O, maybe I'll go with I. I think I like the I a little better. Thought he was about to whip out the misspelled orange for a name. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you guys, don't worry. This is going to be a proper spelling stream. Ingreleth. Yeah, that sounds like it fits this guy's character pretty well. It also sounds kind of like the name for a villain, so maybe not, because like this guy, I get the sense that he's like a pretty nice person. But for right now, Ingreleth, pronoun. Yeah, what are the choices? Okay, he, she, they. All right. Yep, gonna go standard here. Ingreleth. Yeah, I think that's good. Sorry. I was stuck looking at it for a while. His nickname could be something like Ingra, but his full name that he puts on all the legal documents and so on is Ingreleth.
All right.
And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge. Oh no, the Monster Prom. Is anyone gonna go with us to the Monster Prom, chat? If I don't go to prom, will my dog think I'm a loser? That's always been the #1 worry for anyone who's thinking about whether they'll go to prom this year. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Ooh. So these are the 6 most charismatic ones, chat. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19. The sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Ooh, okay, I think I like this one. Damien LaVey, 21. A fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Okay, this guy seems pretty cool too. Maybe a little bit of a hothead, but you know, unpredictable. He's got that mysterious edge to him. Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Ooh, so this guy's really nice, I see. And he's athletic. Yeah, okay, so this guy must be like the quarterback. Liam de Leoncourt, 4XX, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Getting kind of a Karis vibe from this one. Yep. Somehow, you know, just reminds me, just some similar essences in some ways. Not similar in every way, but in a few ways, perhaps. Always skip prom for better things. Boy, do we mess up the inside of that bobcat. Well, hey, whatever. It sounds like you had fun with whatever alternative activities that you were doing at prom, Robo. So I'm glad to know that. Blue Ice Cubes, I'm a little curious to know who your favorite character was. Maybe whether it was Liam de Leoncourt, or maybe it's the one who's coming up next. Yay! Polygeist. I see what they did there. Polygeist. 22. A party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. Ooh. This is where I pull out the pickup lines chat. Be like, I can be your wrong thing, baby. So Polygeist. And Vera Oberlin, 23. A mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. Oh, a career woman, I see. Yes, I know this type. Vera Oberlin, 23. Oh yeah, see, she's looking at her phone, like doing all her business deals. So on. Ice Cube says, I skipped my first prom too. Don't worry, we're in this together. Robo. Okay, so we've definitely got some prom skippers here. You know, chat, to be honest with you, I did not go to prom either. Not because my school, not because there was one and I just chose not to do it, but in a perhaps somewhat lame turn of events, my school actually did not have prom. Yep, true story. We did have something that was somewhat of an analog of prom called Spring Banquet, I believe was the name, where we just went out for like a fancy meal and then went ice skating. And I did go to that, so like that was kind of cool. But as I went to a small religious school affiliated with the Church of Christ, they did not believe in dancing. Like dancing was, you know, kind of sinful, and so we did not, you know, prom was a no-go for that particular school. So any of you who are feeling like you missed out on prom, just know I am in the same boat as you are. Also, TP Ninja, welcome. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to those celebrating. Oh, thank you. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you too. TP Ninja also asks, you sound pretty soft today. Oh, like my audio's too quiet? Okay, I just increased it slightly in OBS, but thanks for letting me know that. Yeah, or maybe it might be that the game audio is a bit, maybe I'll decrease the game audio slightly. There we go. So chat, now we have all of our classmates that we're trying to woo here in front of us. Which one will go to prom with us? Or will any of them go to prom with us? Or will we be stuck posting on kitchen cells on prom night? A fate I would not wish on anyone, but it may well be our fate, chat, if we were not successful in this endeavor. It was clear. It had to be one of them. But who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. Conquer their heart. It's a little bit of an ominous word choice there. Like, what exactly is this game envisioning that I'm going to do? Be like, hey, baby, I'm here to conquer your heart. Although I guess, you know, a lot of people might be into that, you know, so who knows? T-Ninja says, yeah, the audio sounded quiet for you earlier. It's better now. Thanks for the well wishes. But I'll be celebrating it single, just like I've had from the beginning of my existence. Well, very understandable. Yes, many of us are here in the same boat as you are, TP Ninja. Let's just know that you are not alone in being alone. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest prop quiz ever. Ooh, Teen Wolf Magazine. This is what all the cool kids read. Hot or not? Yeah, I can take this quiz to find out. That's what every teen wants to know, is like, are they hot or are they not? Crazy exes. How to deal when they just won't go. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. All minds are rotten, but they're rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more. We're using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Oh no, I'm going to be diagnosed on stream. People are going to find out all the darkest, most deviant parts of me. I don't know if I can take this chat. It's a little scary. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's go for it, chat. It's your chance to fix global warming. Go ahead. So I could say, nah, the world is doomed. But I'll start investing in ships and start a profitable business for the soon-to-be covered by the water world. Okay, if we go, yeah, egoistic, we can go for that answer. Global warming isn't real. I invented it. Now science is claiming authorship because science is a lame copycat with no original ideas. Ooh, oh my. It's time to be a real hero. I'll lead a mission to the sun in order to invite the sun to a party of its life. We'll have so many hilarious misadventures that the sun will eventually become cooler. I think I like this third one the best. Has a nice, positive, uplifting tone, and any monster that I would want to woo to prom, I would want to be the kind of monster who like understands the positivity, you know. So fun, so creative, so wealthy. Yeah, any monsters who are expecting me to be wealthy, just you have to let go of that expectation right now. I could talk to you about philosophy, but wealth is not going to be my thing. Which inanimate object do you think would make the best girlfriend or boyfriend, provided you went criminally insane? Okay. ATM, sugar baby life, here I come. Perhaps a dildo duck. Hey, you never know when you're gonna need one, right? Isn't that what they always say? A human-sized pillow depicting a character created by myself. As a matter of fact, I have all the needed paperwork and I'm only waiting for the conservative, narrow-minded laws of our country to finally step forward into waifu and husbando territory, as was clearly intended by God. These are some slim pickings for these answers here. But nevertheless, I am forced to choose one of them, chat. Would make the best, okay, best girlfriend or boyfriend, right? You went criminally insane. Yeah, I think I'm going with the body pillow one. You know, that's seems to me like the best choice here. Also, Tylenol, hello, welcome. We're just doing a cursed quiz here to find out my monster profile to see which monsters I might be able to woo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the waifu slash husbando body pillow as being the best girlfriend or boyfriend if I were to go criminally insane. Though, I mean, these other answers are respectable for, you know, different people and different circumstances, but I think, you know, I think this is the kind of monster that I am, as I'm gonna pick the body pillow. Here we go, all the way. I want to make so many dirty jokes. This game does kind of invite that. At least with the body pillow, you can hug it. See, that's what I'm saying. Yep. Sometimes hugs can mean the most. Can be what we most need. Sometimes my fingers get tired. Okay. Well, moving on. What would be the most appealing in a love partner? The taste for party, soft fur. Ooh, we're going there, huh? Okay. A big horn, sharp wits, a very tsundere personality, or kawaii eyes. What would you pick on this one, chat? Most appealing in a love partner. Taste for party. Yeah, I don't know if I would go for that exactly. I'm more of a stay in and read and, you know, one-on-one conversations type guy. soft fur. Well, I do like cats that have soft fur, so yeah, it's a big horn. Small horns are okay with me. I don't discriminate on horn size. Sharp wits. Yeah, sharp wits are good. Tsundere personality. Yeah, I don't know if I could go for that. Maybe. I'm just not sure I've really met that many people in real life who have that kind of personality. So maybe it's a little hard for me to judge what it would be like. Or kawaii eyes. Yeah, of these, I think what I would choose... I see we have some votes for soft fur in the chat. Soft fur, imagine how warm it would be to hug them. Soft fur, yes. Indeed, that is an advantage. But also sharp wits is maybe good for if you're like trying to have a conversation with them. Because ideally, my love partner would be someone I could, you know, have a fun and engaging conversation with. Sharp wits are at least a part of that. So I think I'm going to go with sharp wits, chat. Oh, I see. We have... Looks like maybe I'm that pointed me in the direction of the Karis Euphranor analog character. Perhaps that's the path that my character is now on. I'm actually not sure what the gameplay of this game is like. I think it might be like a visual novel. Probably will have some choices. Oh, okay, so here's... Oh, we can choose the different parts of the school that we go to. And I see here we have our stats. We have Smarts 6, Boldness 5, Creativity 7, Charm 3. Oh no, chat. How am I going to woo anybody to the prom when my charm is so low? This is not good. I'm going to have to work on my charm. Now, fun is 7. Okay, so that's a point in my favor. And then money is 5. Okay, so doing decent on the money. If all else fails, chat, I can buy myself, you know, bribe someone to be my partner for prom. I'm sure someone would be willing to take that offer. And then creativity is a 7. Okay. So in other words, even if I don't make it to prom with someone, I can still get published in the school's creative writing journal, and that can be like my consolation prize. Boldness 5 and Smart 6. Okay. So just got to work on my charm a little bit. And it looks like I can go to any of these places. Let's see. Why don't I go to the auditorium first? Maybe if they're doing like a lecture on social skills or something, that can help me bulk up my charm. Wow, man, you're never beating the shipping allegations, Axe. True, I'm not. Oh, also, I just realized some of the text in this game might be a little bit cut off by my overlay. Might have to change to a different screen in a moment. Let's see, if I move to this screen, does it make it any better? Oh, actually, I think it does. Of course, the chat does kind of take up some of the top area. Maybe I'll move chat over here. Yeah, that's... okay. Yeah, how's this chat? Is this a little bit better? I think probably it is. Anyway, yeah, we'll just go with this for right now and see how this works. Oh, so here we have, okay, I guess our first interaction. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Okay, not sure what the figurative, like how it's to be interpreted, but now I'm intrigued. Like, tell me more, chat, or tell me more, game. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. Oh, it's because my creativity is so good. This is going to do wonders for my social status, chat. This is definitely going to help me find a date to the prom. You gain +2 creativity. Okay, I have 9 on the creativity. You look up to find Liam and Scott waving their phones in each other's faces. What about this one? Nah, I definitely swiped left on that one, bro. Are they talking about me? Is he saying he would swipe left on me? I will have you know, sir, that I have a 9 on creativity. What's your creativity score, huh? That's not as high as mine is. Maybe you should think twice about that. Swiping left. I have plenty of good qualities. Yeah, plenty of good qualities. I could get whoever I wanted to be my partner at the prom. Is that something you can say about yourself? Oh, maybe he was talking to this purple guy. Sorry, I forgot his name. In which case, purple guy, I sympathize with your plight of being swiped left on. He says, but this is my best picture. But it's not even a picture of you. It's just a photo of a stop sign wearing a top hat. It's artistic. I don't know. Maybe if it was a picture of a fire hydrant. Well, it's not as if your pictures are in any way superior. What are you even doing in this one? Smiling? See, unacceptable. But I like smiling. Are you sure it's wrong? Of course I am. Look, I'll even bring in an impartial third party. You're renowned for your horny dating app success. What's your secret? Ooh, okay, now I have to choose. So, I don't just smile with my face, I also draw a smiley face on my bare chest. Bit strange of answer, but hey, it goes along with the creativity, so. I shock and amaze them with my custom momentogram filter, Sepia Mustache Enigma. I kind of like both of these for the terms of showing creativity and how one takes a photo. But, you know, Sepia Mustache Enigma, I don't think that's something I can resist, chat. I think I'm going to have to go with the Sepia Mustache Enigma. Sepia Mustache Enigma? I've never heard of it. I mean, of course I've heard of it. I'm the only one who's ever heard of it. This guy seems more and more like Garrus every second. But I got a new phone and my settings got all messed up. So, do you think you could transfer it to me? Liam is clearly impressed by your filter game, but don't expect him to ever mention it again. You gain +2 smarts and +1 creativity. Ooh, so now my creativity is 10, chat. We are in the double digits, and my smarts are 8. Yep, but my charm is still at 3. In other words, this is just like actual high school was for me. This game is running stunningly parallel to my actual IRL high school experience. I like both of these, so this is why Axe is single. Axe made that obvious when he played Minds Beneath Us. Yeah, it seems, alas, chat, I am doomed to have a perspective on the world that few understand. I can appreciate both the sepia mustache filter and drawing a smiley face on one's chest. Not many are like me, but for those few who are, all I can hope is that someday I will find them on my romantic quest. My romantic quest to find someone who understands me. Okay, week 1, noon. Oh no, chat. Okay, now I have to, this is one of the most terrifying challenges of all of high school. I have to find where to sit at lunch. I cannot afford to make a wrong move here. If I do, that might tank my social status for the next 4 years. So I could try to join these two. Oh, this one, it has just the one girl sitting by herself. Okay, that's got potential there. Maybe I could talk with her. Okay, 2 here, and then there's like the businesswoman and the sports guy. Okay. And this one seems to be some kind of cat girl. I don't remember this one from the intro character screen. Oh, and then this is the guy we just talked to, plus the mermaid chick. Okay. Decisions, chat. How can I sit by yourself? Hey, what are you saying, Tylenol? that I'm not cool enough to sit with any of the cool kids or any of the other kids at all. In which case, you might be right, but rest assured, I will change that soon enough. I will add sufficient coolness to my cool factor to start sitting with the other kids. Maybe another alien will come down from space. Good luck, though. Yeah, I could see if another alien came down from space, I'd be willing to go and have coffee with that alien and, you know, see if we might make something work. All right, so I'm thinking, like, these two who are currently sitting by themselves are probably the ones who will have the most chance of understanding me. It's the choice I would have done in high school. Okay, yeah, understandable. Respectable choice, you know, solid choice. I think I'm gonna go with this cat one here and see how she is. Welcome to my little shop. Buy some shit. I have shit that will boost your stats. Shit that will lead you into stupid new adventures. Even some shit that might be much needed at some very specific moments. So, take a look. Okay, good. This is like a vendor. Okay, so I have these strange sunglasses. Remember when these used to be cool? Now they aren't. But they're so ridiculous that they're still fun in their own twisted way, okay? I have $5 cash, and it looks like these things take about $5 each. A fake badass tattoo. Ooh. This might be useful. It has flames, a skull, and even a knife. With this, you can murder your enemies, go to prison, and make everyone your bitch, and then murder them too, and go to some kind of super prison? Street cred plus 9,000. Okay, so the tattoo might be helpful for my guy in adding some boldness, maybe. Oh, you can buy a corpse. That's interesting. I guess if you're practicing, like, doing an autopsy, that could help. It's like some kind of fashion accessory. It's not as if I'm trying to dispose of it. Well, hey, still only $5, so I could buy that. A Russian novel with an insightful approach to universal matters, such as love and death. Are you sure about this? You can always use online encyclopedia to get the general idea and still be able to act as if you've read it. Yeah, but that's just not the full experience. Actually, it reminds me of some things that Tia has said about Dostoevsky. I think, yeah, Tia would like this choice. $5. The gift that keeps on giving. See, I'm wise enough to know when a gift needs given, yeah. The fact that it's $0 makes me suspicious, though. This is going to be like the Christmas fruitcake that is offloaded onto everyone, and, like, now it's my turn. We've got a motivational poster. Crafting art requires years of hard work, education from great mentors, and tons of raw talent. But damn, that sounds exhausting. So let's settle for a motivational poster for now, okay? Hey, I will take the motivational poster. Bob Ross is absolutely the kind of thing the kind of presence in our life that we all need sometimes. A sexy fake Latin accent chat. This might be what we need too. The hottest thing is being yourself, honey, but a Latin accent is a close second. Okay, I'm thinking maybe I'll go with that. Or I could do a PR agent. Hire a PR agent for my high school life. Possibly a little over. Oh, that's $6 though. I don't have enough for that one. A blanket with 2 holes. Literally just a white blanket with 2 eye holes in it. You have to be an idiot to mistake this for a ghost costume, but most of our classmates are idiots. I see. So that'll help me out on Halloween if I get that one. But, you know, chat, like, I really need to work on my charm, and I think maybe this Latin accent is the one that's going to help me most with that. So, How to Sexy 7, fake Latin accent, here we go. First rule of Shop Club, no refunds. Okay. No need to worry. I think I've got this one. Well, that was kind of cool. I was able to not just, you know, sit with her at lunch, but also, like, buy something from her, so. Oh, and her symbol is there now, so I guess that means if I go outdoors, I can buy something again. Gym, bathrooms, library. Maybe I should go to class and... Oh, it did increase. My charm's now an 8, chat. Of course, my money is 0, but that's okay. I feel like now I'm doing pretty well on all my stats. I could maybe up my boldness a little bit, though. If I go to the gym and start playing some sports, maybe that'll help. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team spirit. Oh, yes, this is exactly what my character would do. Leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. That's right, I am. You gain +2 charm. Ooh, now my charm matches my creativity. Just like that. They're both 10s. You notice Damien and Liam arguing as intensely as they are stupidly. You're not unique. I'm fucking unique. Ha! You wish. I'm unique like a snowflake made of flash-frozen tears. Well, I'm unique like a snowflake made of flash-frozen fuck you. I'm so unique, I eat garlic with every meal. Big deal. I'm so unique, I got a tattoo of the baby Jesus on my ass. Ooh, that is pretty hardcore. Going a little bit sacrilegious here. Yawn. I'm so unique, I let my victims suck my blood. Weak. I'm so unique, I go to church every Sunday. Hey, I'd do that too if I wasn't allergic. Would not. Would too. What a noob. Bite me, alu turd. Don't tempt me, Mephistophel loser. This could go on forever, and if it does, you'll never get to smooch either of them. Okay, but like, is that such a bad thing? It's up to you to put an end to this debate once and for all. You suggest they decide the issue by... number of momentgram followers. Oh, momentgram followers. Tomb robbery contest. Yeah, that tomb robbery contest sounds good. I think that... You could imagine that taking genuine skill. And it seems like it's very fitting for these monsters. Yeah, who's the best at robbing tombs? Fucking metal. Fuck yeah, tomb robbery it is. Fine. Damien and Liam go out tomb robbing, and both come back horribly cursed. Thanks to you, every song I listen to now sounds like Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. And that fucking mummy turned my sick hog into a goddamn tricycle. You know, Damien, we may not agree on much, but I think we agree on one thing. This little shit has got to pay. Damien spends the next 2 hours beating the literal hell out of you, while Liam takes artistic photographs for his momentgram. You lose -2 fun and -1 boldness. Ah, dang it. This isn't going to help me out. Well, I suppose that ended up being the wrong choice, but I maintain, chat, that it was a reasonable choice to make in the moment. I preferred How to Sexy 3 yell at me more German daddy. Yeah, true, Robo. That was a good one too. I wish they had that one on sale. But alas, sometimes we just have to make do with what we have. And then Blue Ice Cubes, let's see if... Because you said if you hover over your stats, don't quote me on this, you can see what stats every class gives by the symbols. Yeah, so far, it's looking like the hovering doesn't do much, but it was a good thing to check, though. Maybe in some of the future games, or maybe some of the DLC, it might do that. But in this one, at least, it's looking like yeah, no further information there. So now, boldness and fun look like they could both be improved. Maybe if I go to... bathrooms, maybe there are some, like, students who hang out here, and I can, you know, start to get some street cred, like if they're hanging out, like, skipping class. If I skip class 2 with them, maybe that will help me out. That day... See, just like I thought, chat, I skipped class. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. That's right. I'm a bad boy, chat. I respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. That's right. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Okay, good. So the boldness was what I wanted to increase there. You notice Liam and Damien talking to each other. Maybe you're a little jealous, so you decide to join them. Man, it's always these two. They're like everywhere I go. I know, right? The entire concept of slaying is barbaric, racially motivated, and deeply rooted in an abhorrent colonial mindset. And their outfits, black on red, it's like bad cosplay as a fashion statement. I'm just pissed that they get such a cool name. You know, if I murder a dude, I'm just a killer. But if one of them murders one of us, they're a slayer. Slayer is a metal band. The Killers, it's just post-pop baby shit. There was a time when I would have hotly debated the genre classification of the Killers with you, but they're popular now, and so are obviously garbage. And the same goes for Slayers. Someone really ought to put an end to this archaic practice. You mean by murdering all the Slayers? We've tried that, Damien. We've been trying that for literally centuries. No, what we need is a new initiative. Something fresh, something modern, something like... Liam seems to be drawing a blank. But you're not. Your idea is simple, yet effective. Let's see, murder all the Slayers, a massive PR campaign letting people know that every cool person in history was either a vampire or a demon. So that's cool. I didn't know that the lore of this game had Slayers to deal with, monster Slayers. I guess we'd have to watch out for them too. Some of the Slayers might be cool people though, so let's see, massive PR campaign. For this one, I'm kind of drawn to the PR campaign. I think maybe that has the most potential. Might be the wrong choice, but I'm gonna go with it. You had me at massive PR campaign. Then you lost me at cool person, but then you got me back with history. Ooh, I can't wait to educate the ignorant public. For example, did you know that Caligula and Jack the Ripper were the same vampire? Yeah, everybody knows that. But did you know that Virginia Woolf was a demon? Ah, yes, A Room of One's Own was originally titled A Doom of One's Own. Oh, we've got so much research to do. Come on, Damien, let's go to the library. Fuck. You've doomed Damien to his own personal hell, but Liam's on cloud 9. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Okay, nice. So, charm, creativity, and smarts. I'm doing really well there. Oh, time to sit in the lunchroom again. The symbols are over the classes themselves, like the rooms, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be right about that, Blue Ice Cubes. I'll have to look at that one next and see if I can find the extra information from that. He's right. It is true that, yeah, Slayer does sound cooler than Killer. But some of these characters I haven't really talked too much yet. Like, see, I wonder who this one is. This blue one right here. I think I'll go check her out. You're just trying to enjoy a meal in peace when space untwists itself to reveal the interdimensional prince. Ooh. Most glorious hero, thank the squid star I found you. I have been confounded by the most fiendish riddle. A riddle that has vexed me for days, nay, weeks. The riddle of how to change the ringtone on my new smartphone. Its interface is more tortuous than my palace labyrinth. Ooh. For real? You grab the prince's phone and change his ringtone to Butts, Butts, Butts. All about those butts by the Booty Bros. Truly a classic, you know. You cannot go wrong with a song like that. My hero! What seems difficult to me is trivial to you. And you even guessed which ringtone I desired. A true all-time classic from the 6th dimension. There is only one way I can repay you. by bestowing upon you a superpower of your choice. Ooh, we've got a superpower, chat, now. I can do that. I'm the prince of another dimension. I can do all kinds of crazy things you don't know about. All kinds of crazy things besides use his phone, apparently. And he really only gives you 2 superpower options. Oh, just 2 options? Okay, telepathy. An ass that won't quit. Now this is a tough call, chat, right here. Chat, what would you pick in a situation like this? Because on one hand, with telepathy, I can read people's thoughts. On the other hand, with an ass that won't quit, I can, you know, that can come in handy maybe in certain situations. I actually didn't know this game was going to be this risque. But hey, they're going there. Trust everyone on today's stream is an adult. But this is too tough to pick. I'm stuck. Yeah, I feel you on that one, Blue Ice Cubes. Dude, I'd love to fill out a pair of jeans. And our goal in this game is to make it to prom, and, you know, if that can help us out with that goal, I can see how that would be a very useful, very relevant stat. So for this one, as funny as it would be, ask that won't quit, I think I'm going to go with telepathy, because I'm also curious to see if that unlocks any interactions later in the game. If only we could choose both, chat. If only we could choose both. The prince whacks you on the head with his telepathy rod, granting you access to the minds of others. Right in the middle of a high school cafeteria at lunchtime, you were overwhelmed with images: a goblin's butt problems, a genie's foot fetish, 2 swamp creatures imagining each other naked. Oh, so this is what all my classmates are thinking about. Yeah. Hope the goblin gets some help with their butt problems. It's too much. You plead with the prince to downgrade your ability to telepathy, but only when you're drunk. Very well, your wish is my command. Perfect. Now you have an excuse to get drunk before every quiz. Until now, it was just regular alcoholism. You gained +4 smarts, despite the loss of brain cells. Okay, well, oh, that worked out pretty well.
All right.
So let's see, if I move over, if I mouse over the rooms. Yeah, I'm not seeing any stats come up. But let's see, yeah. It doesn't look like any stats come up. Unless I'm just doing it wrong. But it does tell us, okay, so this is class, this is the gym. And then, oh yeah, the person I can buy stuff from is in the bathrooms. But the thing is, I don't have any money now. So that's not going to help me much. Yeah, I could use maybe a little more fun, a little more boldness. What if I go outdoors? Especially since it's at night now, I'm like sneaking out of the school. I mean, I still need to go to class and library too, but like I'm already doing well in smarts, so it's like, come on. Outdoors it is. To the Forbidden Forest, chat. That day, during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point, there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself. But who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on moment-gram filters. Oh no. What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making pictures better. They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for almost all my photos. Infinite Top. It's also probably why I have only 6 moment-gram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. Very true, very true. In any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot. I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular Again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Why, yes, of course you're part of my operation. I unwillingly force people into my service all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular Again? Well, he's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure he must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more Momentgram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account, so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? Ooh, okay, yeah, what to do, chat? Use this account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes. Well, hey, if people are into that, maybe that'll get him more followers, you know? Pay 1 million homeless people to follow Liam on Momentgram. So this one, he could get these followers, but if they're being paid to do it, like, are they really going to go on to engage with his account at all? He might get discouraged, like, if a bunch of homeless people follow him, but then, like, he doesn't get any likes on anything afterward. I've heard that can just be brutal for a creator's self-confidence. But on the other hand, if we post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes, wonder how he'd feel about that. Does Momentgram allow that guy? Is he going to get banned off the platform for that? Of course, if you pay people to be your followers, I feel like lots of platforms would not accept that either. No, this is a tricky one, chat. Also, where are we going to get the money to pay like 1 million homeless people? Well, this girl looks pretty rich. Maybe she has the money to pay all the homeless people. Max, please consider the fact you're bombing his account with posts. He'll see. True. Yeah, he'll see them all. Also, from before, TP Ninja says, "What a skill." Yeah, if I could use the telepathy here, I guess I'd have to get drunk first, but then I could see which one Leah might prefer. I'm gonna go with the pay 1 million homeless people, but it's a tough call. Oh yes, solving problems with money is my family's specialty. Unfortunately, Father canceled my royal credit cards after I had all those land ponies shipped to our underwater castle and they drowned. But I'm sure you have enough money to accomplish this feat. Oh yeah, money 0. I definitely have enough. You totally don't. You decide to cut costs by hiring goats instead of people. But goats don't have thumbs or smartphones. So instead of having them follow Liam on Momentgram, you just have them follow him in real life. Okay, that works too. Ugh. Where did all these goats come from? Get them away from me. They ate my cashmere phone cozy. This is madness. Exit Liam, pursued by goats. This was a terrible idea. And also, goats are still pretty expensive. You lose -2 creativity and -1 money. Oh no. So my creativity went down, and my money is now at -1. Guess if I find anyone to go with me to prom, chat, they're just gonna have to like me for the person I am and not be the kind of person who likes money. But that's okay. I can make it past this, chat. That was a temporary setback, but we just have to focus now, and we'll make it through this. Let's see if I go to... Yeah, I think I'm going to go to class. That day, you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. Yeah, like it's week 3, and this is my first time attending any class, so I think it's fair to say my character has kind of forgotten about this. I'm still doing pretty well on smarts, though. Like, I'm 14 on smarts, so he seems like the kind of person who is able to educate himself. He's able to do his learning outside of class. You gain +2 smarts. Ooh, now 16 smarts. In art class, you're having a hard time looking at the unspeakable eldritch relic you're supposed to be painting. When Liam and Miranda thankfully provide you with a distraction. Ooh, they're going to distract me, chat. What are you talking about, Miranda? That relic clearly represents the futility of man's quest for meaning in a world of consumer goods. But how do you know that, Liam? To me, it just looks like a gruesome and horrific offering to a pitiless god, like Uncle Anathema used to make. Why, it's easy, Miranda. When I want to discern the true meaning of a piece of art, I simply make it up. Look at the bottom and read the clearly printed label that explains the true meaning of the art. Not feeling too confident about either of these choices, chat. If I give this bottom one, though, like, they're going to test that, and it's not going to be true. So at least this way, there's a hope of not being found out. Maybe you're Einstein in disguise? Ooh, maybe so. I bet Einstein would have been able to get some good prom dates. So maybe I can get some good prom dates, too. I don't make anything up, you buffoon. My opinions on art are objectively correct. Yes, I agree with Liam. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, after all. Perhaps, are you jealous of Liam's ability to objectively understand art? I'm used to it. The social isolation I experience is entirely to do with jealousy and nothing at all to do with me being an asshole. Can you teach me to objectively understand the meaning of art? No. Curse you, cruel fate. Liam and Miranda ignore you after that, and you're forced to return your attention to the malevolent statue. It slowly drives you mad, and you get a C- on your drawing. You lose -2 smarts and -1 creativity. Ooh, ouch. I don't know if I'm going to make it, chat. I keep making all these bad choices.
All right.
But I need to meet some new kids. Maybe if I meet some new kids, maybe the new ones will understand me a little bit better. Like these two, I don't think I have much experience with. So I'm going to sit at their table. You take your seat, and if you didn't know any better, you would say that it seems like Vera and Polly are almost more interested in their phones than they are in you. It happens. It's a smartphone-based age that we live in. It affects monsters and not just humans. Well, at least he's self-aware. True, yeah, Liam does seem pretty self-aware about his nature, and that's one of his strengths. And you do know better, and you know that, yes, that is exactly what's happening right now.
Hey there.
It's nothing personal, Ingrilith. It's just that Polly and I are very engrossed in texting our financial slave. Yeah, it's pretty hard to compete with some guy whose fetish is buying you anything you want. That's my fetish, too. Not buying things for people, having people buy things for me. Duh. Good thing he's rich enough to take care of both of us. You know what they say. True friendship is sharing secrets and financial slaves. Still, I do worry that this arrangement might not be sustainable. What happens if he runs out of money? Our cash flow instantly stops. Besides, being handed everything you want on a platter. In this case, the platter being an online money transferring platform is almost boring. Yeah, I get that. It's It's a little less boring when you're on as much acid as I am right now. But I see what you mean. If we could somehow turn this into a business venture, then maybe it would get interesting. And we could continue to profit even after he's gone broke from catering to our every whim. I mean, how interesting do you think business actually is? Since he's so obsessed with us, we should just tell him to do something totally insane and see if he does it. I don't know. A weirdo giving away his money, getting into hijinks is great and all, but I want to start making real money. And I think money is fine and all, but my favorite currency is chaos. Seems like the ladies are at a very exciting crossroads. Maybe a random bystander can give them a nudge in the right direction. Okay, so gonna have to nudge them here, chat. If it helps X, everything is based off your stats, and the responses you pick correlate to them. Okay, so like my stats affect how likely I am to succeed with a given option. Okay, I hadn't been thinking of it in those terms before, but I can see how that could be true. So thank you, Blythe Cubes. Robo says, oh, it's like they wouldn't be on their phones if you sit there with like 100 charm. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they'd be overcome by my charm. You can easily grow this arrangement into a business. Just escalate and delegate. Have the financial slave go and acquire his own financial slave to give him money, and have that financial slave go and find a financial slave. Oh no, chat. We're onto a pyramid scheme here. Tell him to marry a llama. Okay. So that response is kind of like the fun and charm. My fun are 7 and 11 for charm and fun. That's pretty good. Creativity 7. Boldness 6. Yeah, I feel like the pyramid scheme might not work. It might backfire. I'm gonna go with tell him to marry a llama. Oh my god, yes! That is everything to me. I actually had a dream just like that one time. Except it wasn't a llama, it was an alpaca. And it wasn't a wedding, it was a bar mitzvah. But other than that, it was exactly the same. Yeah, I don't think this is my scene. I'm going to go check on my illegal law firm. Catch you weirdos later. I'm texting the financial slave right now, telling him to marry a llama. Ooh, he's already typing. Let's see. Angrelith, you will never believe this. It turns out the financial slave has actually been talking to a llama for a few months now through a llama monster dating site. He says he's a commitment phobe and never really defined the terms of his relationship with the llama. And he keeps introducing the llama as a friend, but he knows now it's because he was just scared of being hurt. He's taking this as a sure sign that it's time to be brave and commit to the llama. And they're headed to the city hall for the ceremony right now. Of course, he says he'll have to take his leave of our group chat since his heart and wallet now belong to another. Specifically, a llama. Aw, isn't that the sweetest love story you've ever heard? I'm so glad we got to make it happen together. That is the sweetest love story you've ever heard. Or something. But hey, maybe you and Polly will end up having a love story of your own. Okay, that was good, chat. I think we managed to make a good impression on Polly there. Maybe Polly's going to be a good candidate for our prom date. I wonder, like, is there any opportunity in this game to get money? Because, like, my money's still at -1. Maybe it's just rare to come upon opportunities like that. Okay, I think the only place I haven't been to yet is the library. So let's see if I do the library. Ooh, let's see what this could be. Hey there, cutie pie. I found your pro. Let's chat. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so Let's see, who's this? Who wants to chat with me, chat? That day, you spent some time on the library's PCs, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. Wait, what? This doesn't seem like my character's personality. I don't think anything my character's done so far has has suggested that he wants to send spam emails, but hey, it sounds like he's turning over a new leaf. Also, welcome, Leon. The tower, I think. Oh yeah, maybe I need to go into the tower. Maybe I'll do that one next. X made that obvious when he played Minds Beneath Us. If that's a reference to what I said, I 100% agree. Sadly, Leon, I think it is in reference to that same thing, yeah. This game had a similar moment earlier in the stream. T and I just glanced at the stream and I saw that. Well, sounds like you've seen all the important elements of this stream then. Yeah, I'm for Polly. Gotta love a girl who knows how to microdose. She does have, yeah, have very much that vibe. I do like her creativity and her spontaneity. I think I much prefer Polly to the more business-minded other girl that we were just talking with. Team says smooth, real smooth. This totally won't end in disaster. I hope not. Yeah, I might get caught and like punished by the authorities for this, but we'll see. Maybe my character's smooth enough to pull it off. Sounds good. Bye. Oh, okay, bye, Leon. Thanks for stopping by. It doesn't sound. Oh, bless you. Says the towers in the library had the money emoji on it, so I was guessing. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good guess. Might have to go there next if I can find the money emoji. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? Oh yeah, this is the scam message. Ah, dang it. See, chat, I thought some like a little. I thought a cutie pie actually wanted to chat with me and said this is just the spam message that my character is sending to others. Wonder if anyone's going to fall for it. What? You lose minus 10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares? Okay, good. And gain plus 2 money. Okay, this is exactly what we needed. I guess some suckers out there did fall for it. Like, I told them I needed money to go, like, visit them, and then they gave me the money. But sadly, alas, it was just a scam. You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favorite bands signed to a mainstream record label, where the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. Oh, no. You decide to check in with him. Axe, you're in the library right now making money? Okay. Oh, that's right. I did go to the library. It feels like so much has happened since I clicked on it. I had already forgotten we're in the library. So that is a good reminder of Blue Ice Cubes. You know StartKicker? That vile website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors? Wow. Thanks, Liam. Do you not know why you exist? Well, today I found something of some interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible overpromise that will be released at least a decade after the due date. In the end, it will be way shittier than promised. Like a toaster attached to a clock. A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You discreetly write down the idea in your $1 million notebook. Let's see if you can beat these guys to market. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think, if I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go? Ooh, that's a good question, chat. Where in time would he go? So we could say 3.85 billion BC, so he'd be existing before it was cool. Everyone knows the dopest time monster in history was 1925, specifically July 26, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. I wonder if that's referring to anything in particular. In monster history, 1925. Could this be a reference to some particular story, like Dracula or Frankenstein or something like that? Sadly, I'm not knowledgeable enough on my timelines for this kind of thing to know for sure. But I think I'm going to go with this one. Because of 3.5 billion seeds, so you can be into existing before it was cool. Because Liam seems like the kind of guy who would like that. He seems like the kind of guy who would want to be into things before they're picked up on by others. So very tentatively, that is what I shall do. 3.85 billion BC, billions of years before anyone evolved any worthwhile opinions? Well, dude, you can have the worthwhile opinions before anyone else does. How can I be so ahead of the game if there's no life on the planet to see how ahead of the game I am? No, Liam, you got it all wrong. Like, the people who see how ahead of the game you are come later. Like, they appreciate you later. How can I show what a unique individual I am if I'm the only individual? How can I be a brooding loner if there's no one to see me brood? So it is all about the views and the opinions of others, after all. I see right through you, Liam. It's like that old adage. If a vampire is trend-setting in a desert, but there's no one there to see it, is a trend even set? You try to correct his memory about the adage, but you've probably pissed him off enough already. You lose -2 smarts and -1 charm. Ooh, harsh. Okay, we're still doing pretty well on smarts and charm, though, so luckily I was able to take that without too much of a blow. So if I go to the library... Okay, that's just where I was. Okay, so now I've been to all the different locations. But now I have some money, so I feel like maybe I should go to the library, even though I was just there. Because probably it'll be a different interaction, and if I can talk to the merchant, maybe I can upgrade my gear with some cool stuff. Hey, why would you study and prepare for your future when you can come here and buy some weird shit instead? Am I right? Too poor... What? Oh, I only have $1? When it said money one there, I thought that meant like one increment of $5. Since I started with $5, I thought that like each number on the money scale corresponded to $5 increments. So, chat, looks like I'll not be able to afford very much after all. But let's... A tampon used by the former prom queen, really? You know, for good old blood rituals, or in case you're just a creep with unhealthy obsessions. Don't even dare ask me how I got this. So that is one item that I can afford. I could also get, yeah, the gift that keeps on giving. Why is it when a gift keeps... But they do have some other products that I could buy if I just upgrade my money. If I get... Okay, a bag of regular cocaine. That's good to know. Or that one takes $10 though, so that one's very expensive. I think I'll go with the gift that keeps on giving. Wait, did that take down all of my stats? Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. Oh, I'd actually be willing to give this game a try. I like playing golf games. Now, I know you love video games, so ask the clerk which one's the game every boy wants. I mean, honestly, but for like being the gift that everyone tries to give to everyone else, I was expecting something worse. You know, like a golf video game. That's like I'm into that. You know, I will totally play that. Okay, so I could go over here. Over here. Now, I don't think I've talked to this person before. And she's sitting by herself. Why don't I go introduce myself? You approach your chosen table to find it already mostly taken up by the coven. They're huddled around some kind of glowing artifact. we only get one wish, not three. So it's important for all three of us to agree before we release the genie. Hope, you've already expressed your wish for a secret hideout with a mini fridge and foosball table. Faith has argued just as fervently for world peace. But as the leader, I think the most sensible option is a mystic sword that will instantly slay this season's big bad, and Hope and Faith immediately object to Joy calling herself the leader. The three soon devolve into a shouting match. Oh no. Amidst the commotion, you can't help but notice that the wishing lamp is totally unguarded. Without really thinking about it, as if you ever do, you rub the lamp, release the genie, and wish for a bag full of quarters. Well, that would help with the money situation. Or a machine that can successfully reheat French fries. Well, with the French fries, that sounds like a microwave kind of, and there might already be microwaves. So I don't know if I need an extra one. Like, there's probably a microwave at least somewhere in the school. But if I could do a bag full of quarters, maybe I can spend it on something a bit later. You know, chat, I'm going to go bag full of quarters. Wish granted, booms the genie, and you feel the reassuring weight of a bag of quarters in your lap. Seriously? You could wish for anything, and you wish for a bag of quarters? Well, look, lady, my only other choice was a machine that reheats French fries, okay? So it wasn't like I had a lot of options here. You know, I was doing the best with what I had. What? Did you need to do laundry? Do you really like arcades? Planning to hit somebody over the head? Nope, you just really like quarters. So you're saying we braved the fire lakes of Lower Wrath, the two-headed snake of Serpentia, and the accountants of Babylon, just so you could have a bag of quarters? Basically, and boy was it worth it, from your perspective. These quarters have got to be worth at least 4 money. All right, chat. We're getting rich now. High rollers.
All right.
The 1925 thing isn't a real event. It's something else I won't spoil unless you want me to. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Robo. And yeah, probably best. I think you made the right call by not spoiling it, because that maybe we'll find out a bit later. Or at least I would like to see if the game tells us naturally later. But that is helpful background information, so thank you for letting us know. Let's see. Been a while since we've been to the gym. Well, okay, money, fun. Fun and creativity could stand to go up a little bit, and boldness as well. Yeah, I need to go back to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team. But suddenly, you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. This one feels very true to me. The player bursts into tears, and then you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. Ooh, the sense of betrayal must be so harsh in that moment for the other player. You lose -5 mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom sequel, but isn't now. And you gain +2 charm, okay. Later, you see Liam beaming to himself. Liam? Beaming? It appears that my application to write for Virtue magazine was received and accepted. I knew my pitch would hook them. Imagine the edgiest, most irreverent article subject you can think of. Now double it. That's my article subject. You see, I used a writing technique on them called lying. It's very effective. Up until they call your bluff. Now I've got to actually write an article. And I've got no idea what to write. You, save me from the consequences of my actions. Suggest an idea that lives up to my own hype. Well, you've come to the right place, Liam. because I give writing advice all the time, and I'm happy to help you out. Let's see, I get a passionate argument for the legalization of recreational chimera toxins. Ooh, okay, there's some potential in that one. A chilling expose of the pasta industry's griffin trafficking. There's something more people need to know about. Yeah, this is a tough one, chat. Let's see, which one should I go with here? He does seem like he would be someone who's in favor of legalizing recreational chimera toxins. When it comes to like a chilling expose of the pasta industry's griffin trafficking, that seems more of like a social justice angle, which I don't imagine Liam is into that much. He seems more interested in himself than in social justice. But yeah, recreational chimera toxins, I just imagine him being more into that than griffin trafficking. So what I say to Liam to you is like, go with what you're passionate about, but also like of these two, it even says a passionate argument right there. So I have a good feeling about this choice, chat. Passionate argument for the legalization of recreational chimera toxins. Ah, yes. Kim Kim, the champagne of hard drugs. 100% lethal after 2 doses, but those 2 doses, wow. I've heard that it may have exciting new medical applications, such as euthanasia and fucking you up so bad you forget what was wrong with you. Why, even I have been known to indulge in a little Kim Kim from time to time. It's marvelous, like dying all over again. How can something that has killed so many people be bad? How, I ask you, how? Soon thereafter, you see A Peace in Virtue by new correspondent Liam de Leoncourt. The true cost by chimera toxin is not an addiction, but an addition to your quality of life. Boom, drugs are the answer. You gain +2 fun and +1 charm. Perfect. That is exactly what we needed, chat.
All right.
Okay, so money's 4, but I think most of the things in the shop are 5, so I probably shouldn't go to the shop just yet. Let's go back to the auditorium. It's been a while since we've been there. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you are struck by the lightning of inspiration. You come up with the ultimate nickname for yourself. You tell everyone to call you by it, also known as one of the 7 most douchebaggish moves in the world. We're just asking people to call you by a nickname? But the nickname is so awesome, inventive, and appropriate that people decide to go with it. Quite the feat. You gain +2 creativity. We, the devs, dare you actually come up with a nickname for yourself and ask the other players to call you by that name until the end of this run. What would be the nickname, chat, that we come up with? Because our character is Ingraleth, and earlier I was saying maybe Ingra could be the nickname. But I feel like there have to be cooler nicknames than that, you know? That's just the baseline. I want to hear your ideas on this, chat. Liam stalks past you backstage, pretending to talk to himself, but clearly speaking for your benefit. Oh, the tangled tribulations of the committed iconoclast. The talent show is a fascist monument to misguided ego and public spectacle. The dignified thing will be to sit out the event in protest. But that's what everyone expects me to do. Therefore, I must participate. The question is, how? How do I foreground my native artistic talent while simultaneously making plain my utter contempt for the event? It's truly a conundrum there that he faces. Liam pauses his monologue to give you an opportunity to interject. Any ideas? 13 minutes of judgmental staring. A live mashup of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring and the theme song from the Ninja Turtles. He's gonna hate that. Theme song from the Ninja Turtles especially. Too mainstream for him, even with the Stravinsky. But 13 minutes of judgmental staring, I could see that being a sort of subversive take on the event. A way of subverting the audience's expectations. And also just judgmental staring seems like something that he would really be into. So chat, I think we're going to go with the judgmental staring and hope Liam de Lioncourt likes it. Not so bold way? He didn't like that? Have you ever wondered why I always avoid prolonged eye contact? Of course you haven't. No one ever wonders anything about the mysterious outsider. I avoid eye contact, you see, because vampires are cursed with a hypnotic gaze. Anyone who holds my forlorn gaze too long becomes irrevocably infatuated with me. Well, see, that's why once you start staring at them, like, they're going to be uncomfortable because most people are uncomfortable with judgmental staring, so they look away. So in a way, it's okay, Liam. Like, you can still do this, and people will just be looking away from you, away from your judgmental stare, and they'll be really uncomfortable. But that's what you want, because you want to subvert this event, right? At least that's what I was imagining. But it sounds like, alas, Liam is not open to the idea. Just imagine the entire school falling in love with me, just like that. Every shred of my carefully cultivated unpopularity gone in just 13 minutes. Liam gazes into your eyes for a moment, but not quite long enough. Oh, you don't understand. No one understands. That the best way to love me is to totally hate me. You leave Liam to write poetry about this or whatever, because you're clearly not helping. You lose -2 charm and 1 boldness. Man, my boldness is really low. I'm running out of time, chat. It's already week 5.
All right.
Blue Ice Cube says, you're good at understanding people, X, yet watching you applying your knowledge makes me cry. Oh, because it's so tragic. Like, I have a good understanding of people, but for whatever random reasons, the game just doesn't recognize that. Is that what's tragic about it? Or is the tragedy perhaps that I misapply the knowledge? I'm good at understanding people on an abstract level, but once we get into the real, concrete situations, the abstract sort of textbook knowledge can only take you so far. Because I could see that maybe being the case too. Oh, hey, this table has Polly on it, and she seemed pretty cool earlier. So why don't we go sit with them again? Listen, Ingrilith, you can totally sit with us. I just hope you didn't bring a gun to bazooka fight. Yeah, we're showing off our best flasks. Well, not the best flask exactly, but the best contents. Good God. Are little actual flasks of alcohol openly allowed in the school cafeteria? Are there no rules? Apparently not, because Polly starts setting a series of flasks down on the table. Okay, so this is beer, my WC wine, whiskey, ethyl alcohol, the soul of an infant. Ha! Weak. This is radioactive absinthe. This is fire. And this is literal poor life choices. Okay, but this one has another smaller flask inside. It is the ultimate flask. They could probably go on like this for goddamn ever. Maybe you can cut in with the craziest thing of all. But think carefully about whom you want to impress with your flask contents. Okay, let's see. So top choice. Let's get ready for the most hardcore badass thing. This flask contains an ancient genie that grants you 3 wishes. But I'm totally drinking it because I don't give a fuck. I grant my own damn wishes. Ooh. That is pretty badass, not gonna lie. Want to get a dope party started? This flask has ultra whiskey, but you only get when you get 2 bottles of the best, purest whiskey and make them mate. Okay. Wonder how that, what the mechanics of that are. Interesting. Well, I guess if we're just like pouring the whiskey together like into 1 bottle, maybe that's what it's referring to. But I kind of like this top answer. I think that I feel like they'll be impressed by this one, you know? They'll be like, wow, like you're a hardcore dude, you know? So tentatively, I'm going to go along with that. Say I'm totally drinking the genie flask bottle thing. I grant my own wishes. Yup, you're right. Hardcore. So hardcore. You could ask for anything. Wealth, power, immortality. A free pass for teachers to ignore bad behavior forever and let you do whatever the fuck you want without suspension. But instead, you're just gonna drink the genie? It's like you've drunk from my poor life choices flask, and I love it. I didn't even know you could drink a genie. You and Damien pop open the flask and drink the genie together. It's definitely just water, but Damien seems to drink so much alcohol and energy drinks that he's literally forgotten what water tastes like. Normally you'd say that couldn't possibly be healthy, but fuck it, he's a demon from hell. He can probably do whatever. What a glorious bonding experience. What, did that not increase my boldness at all? Like, or my other stats? I feel like I made the right choice there, and my boldness is still at 4. That's kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. IDK about in-game, but I have literally been racking my brain for weeks trying to think of cute nicknames for you, Axe. Karis was too easy, though. Oh yeah, Karis with Chairman. Well, Axe is already a nickname, in a way, from Axaeon. So maybe you're farther ahead in the game than you think, Robo. Okay, my money's still 4. If you want boldness, the bathroom is open. Okay, true, yeah. Because I think Polly would probably go to the prom with me now, but I feel like if I bulk up my boldness first, that's going to make things a little bit better. That day, you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. But you don't stop there. You want the world to know how reckless you are for the rest of eternity. So, you do some graffiti on the wall. No way. The graffiti says, I'm bold as fuck. And you know what? It turns out that the wall is a magical wall that grants wishes. What a wall. A deep voice resounds from within the wall and says, well, not bold as fuck, but maybe a bit bold. And then you gain +2 boldness. Okay. Oh boy, that's an opinionated wall. Anyway, lucky you. You're admiring yourself in the mirror when Principal Giant Spider strolls in. Moments later, Polly and Liam enter in a panic.
Whoa.
Did you just see the principal come in here?
Whoa.
No, we're done for. Unless... Which stall did he go into? That one? That's where we hit all our Molly for the upcoming music festival. Oh no. Okay, Liam, be cool. It's fine. As long as he doesn't check the toilet tank for some weird reason. From the stall, you heard the principal say, and now to check the toilet tank, as I always do before using the toilet. Oh no. What are we gonna do, chat? Curses. What's this? Says the principal. A plastic baggie full of small white pills? Could this be drugs? Principal Giant Spider burst from the stall, clutching the bag in his dreadful fangs. Unacceptable, he chitters. Before you've even had the time to make a plan, you hear yourself saying, those aren't drugs, they're some tiny spider eggs. We're raising spiders from babies because we love them so much. An illusion created by the drugs you're on. These are... Neither of these hold much promise, chat. Because if they're tiny spider eggs, like, isn't he going to be able to check and see that they're not? But an illusion created by the drugs you're on... I mean, he knows he's not on drugs, I take it. Ugh. I almost forgot you wanted to go with Polly, and your 2 options are a hardcore partying ghost and a trendsetter vampire. Yeah, these seem like my 2 main options at this point. Yeah, an illusion created by the drugs are on. I feel like he's going to get extra pissed at us if we say that. If we say that they're tiny spider eggs, like either of these, it's a long shot, but I feel like this has a little more potential. Raising tiny spiders, maybe it's because we love them so much. Of course, why would the eggs be in the tank of the toilet? But you know, maybe these are special spiders. Maybe that's just the kind of spiders there. That's the kind of environment they need to grow into strong little healthy spider babies. So I'm gonna go with this one, chat. Oh, we did the right thing. Principal Giant Spider is deeply moved by your commitment to spider kind. He asks what else you have done to advance the cause of monstrous spiders in this harsh anti-arachnid climate. I never buy synthetic webs for my Halloween decorations, only organic homespun. Ooh, that's a good answer. And I sometimes possess people and make them vomit bugs. My quintuple great-grandfather was a mummy. It's a family trait. Principal Giant Spider awards you the Arachnoid Medal of Horror for your contributions to spiderkind. More importantly, he gives Liam and Polly their drugs back, so they can raise the little darlings right. They swallow the drugs as soon as he's out of sight, and you gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Okay. We're doing it, chat. Only a few more days left. Spiders, aka the enemy of my enemy. Oh, because they eat other bugs. Yeah, spiders can be pretty scary sometimes. I usually try to keep a distance from them. Could use a little bit of money, but I feel like I also haven't been going to class much. If I go to the library, maybe that's a way to gain some more money. Oh, here we go. Poker. That day, you spend some time on the library's PCs, playing some good old online poker. Gambling seems like a stupid and dangerous decision. But who cares? This time it paid off, so fuck it. You gain +2 money. Yes. That's exactly what I needed. Suddenly, you hear an outburst of swearing so eloquent, we can't possibly repeat it. You go to see what it's all about. We've been over it 11 times, Scott. I'm sorry. Remembering things is hard. Hey, Ingrilith, come help us. I'm trying to help Scott with tomorrow's history test. So far, it seems like the biggest challenge I've ever faced. I gave him this copy of last year's test, but he still dazzles me with new levels of idiocy every time. Liam, I just can't. These questions are so complex and smart. For God's sake, Scott, that one isn't even a question. You have to put your name there. I'm sorry, Liam. I'm really trying. If only there was a way to make me learn things good. He's a werewolf, right? But give him a biscuit every time he gets something. Oh, ooh, okay, maybe so. Make him eat your homework. Maybe that would help somehow. I doubt that it would. But maybe that's one of his monster abilities. But yeah, he's a werewolf, right? How about we give him a biscuit every time he gets something right? I mean, that could motivate him, perhaps. I don't know if werewolves like biscuits, but... Oh, maybe because they like share some genetics with dogs, and, you know, dogs like biscuits. Hey, it's worth a try. You start slow with basic questions, throwing Scott a bacon treat every time he gets an answer right. The results are remarkable. This is amazing! I'm so smart now! See, we just had to find the right approach. Actually, it's been so effective, I need to experiment with it a bit. Scott, where is the... Ooh, this might be a word I'm unfamiliar with. Basquiat? Basquiat? I'll have to look that up after the stream. Basquiat sweater I've been searching for all week. Scott closes his eyes and focuses on the bacon treat until he seems struck by divine inspiration. It's under your bed. Amazing. I'll check on that later. But it seems he's now capable of answering any question as long as we offer him a treat in exchange. Let's go hardcore. Scott, what's life's meaning? Oh, here we go, chat. We're finally getting into the philosophical questions part of the game. Scott answers the questions and your lives change forever. He also passes a history test the next day. Hooray! You gain +3 smarts for your recent enlightenment. Oh, it's not going to tell us what answer he gave. Perhaps that's okay. Perhaps we just have to imagine it on our own. He's a jock, just call it a protein bar. True. That way it would appeal to his werewolf and jock nature. He wouldn't be able to resist it. Week 6 noon. Okay, 3 days left.
All right.
Now that I have some money, this might be one of my last chances to spend it. And all my other stats I feel like are doing pretty well. So I'm going to go to the shop chat. See if I can buy anything useful. Hi, stranger. It's been a while. I've missed you. It's okay. You can look at my stuff. So, okay, the penguin mask I'm not rich enough for, but... Ooh, I can get a high school PR agent. Though I feel like that would have been the most useful earlier in the game. Tampon, don't know why I would need that. Ooh, now the Russian novel with insightful approach to universal matters such as life and death. Are you sure about this? You can always use an online encyclopedia to get the general idea. Still be able to act as if you've read it. Or I could do, okay, the motivational poster. Or the badass tattoo. Or the sunglasses. More decisions, chat. More decisions. But let's see, the stats that I really need to work on. I guess boldness is one I could still stand to bulk up a little bit. So I feel like the street tattoo thing is probably one that I could use. I'm gonna go with that one. Purchased a fake badass tattoo. Ah, nothing better than the smell of money. Actually, there are many better smells, but you know what I mean, right? Indeed I do. Wait, I can only buy that one thing at a time, even though I still had a bit of money left?
All right.
I guess it only lets us buy one thing at a time. Well, let's see, which one? Just pull the string and it's ready to eat. Don't even want to think about that. I guess if you're a vampire, it makes sense though. So there's creativity and fun. Actually, I'm kind of curious to go outdoors again. I feel like it's the last night before the prom. Might as well go outside, you know, take a walk, see what I can find there. Day during recess. You start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. At one point, one of the small magical Latino cat slips on a banana peel. You start to laugh at him. He asks you to stop, but you don't. You laugh so hard at him that you somehow steal +2 fun for him. Hooray! All right, chat. +2 fun. Later, you see Liam rolling his eyes at his phone. You ask him what's up before he can roll them right out of his head. I'm having trouble with my status on social network, TM. I expressed a positive opinion about bug manicures, which I obviously meant ironically. And now my so-called friends are responding with blatantly unironic pictures of themselves with centipedes glued to their nails. I know being aloof and misunderstood is my brand, but I want to be misunderstood on my terms, not theirs. Ooh, I understand. I'm starting to understand this character more. What kind of status could I post that would be idiot-proof? So flat out post that everyone currently reading this status is an idiot. Vague blog for your life. Yeah, he does seem like the kind of person who could vague post, but also if he puts that everyone currently reading this status is an idiot, I feel like that kind of goes along with his nature too. And how could you mistake that? He's looking for something idiot-proof. Vague blogging is probably not going to do the trick because it just by its very nature, it's a little bit vague, a little bit ambiguous. But everyone currently reading the status is an idiot. I can see that working. So even though it might be the wrong choice, let's go with it, chat. We'll see if this works. Oh, yeah, he doesn't like it. I'm surprised. If there's one thing idiots don't understand, it's their own idiocy. If I post a status like that, it'll be the one time everyone takes it ironically. They'll all use the mwahahaha react button and the wings up of approval. Ugh, never mind. Open and honest communication online? You're the idiot. You lose -3 smarts. I lost 3 smarts, but that's still my highest stat. The Monster Prom draws near. Who will you ask to prom? Well, especially after that last interaction, I think that Liam and I just don't see things the same way. I think that... Oh, I could ask none of them. I could go by myself. That's an option too. So here we go, chat. Moment of truth. Now, Miranda, I feel like we really didn't get to know her that well. We just know that her family's rich. So I might not have given her as fair a shake as I would in a fuller play or a different playthrough. Now, Vera, yeah, she was the kind of business-oriented one that nothing in particular drew me to her. Scott, we didn't get to see that much. He's a really nice guy, but not very smart, although we helped him get smarter by helping his study habits. And then Polly was the really bubbly ghost who is very spontaneous. Damien, yeah, the angry demon. Yeah, of all of these, chat, I think Polly is the one that we have the best shot of having a good prom experience with. I never thought Axe could fumble this badly. Well, we'll see in a moment. I might be about to fumble even harder if I ask Polly to go to the prom and she says no. Because then I'm just going to have to either go by myself or just take a walk in the woods and forget about prom. But I'm thinking, yeah, Polly seems to me like a good choice. So, Polly, here we go. I choose you, or at least I'm going to ask you to prom. And you better say yes, because if you don't, it's going to be super awkward.
Hey, boo.
Ask Polly to the prom? Yes.
All right.
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. Not a chance in the world, darling. What? She's turning us down. How? We made a good impression on her. She liked us and all of our interactions with her. It's not you. It's me. And by that, I mean, it's you. She was so mean. We never saw this mean side of her before. At least not mean to us.
Bye.
See ya.
No way, boo.
You couldn't get a date for Monster Prom. Actually, you couldn't get a date for the rest of your life. Some nights, alone in your bed, you wish sadness was an STD, because at least you wouldn't be getting so much of it. Ouch. How did it end like this? This run, 15 new events, 15 new outcomes. Oh, wow, that's a lot of outcomes. Okay, but I got best at secret handshakes, so at least that's something. Polly's quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but what does kill you makes you a sweet kick-ass ghost. Not a bad quotation, but I've got to say, chat, I feel like Polly didn't give my character enough of a chance. like this was a pretty cool guy. Look at my stats here. Just look at my stats. Okay, sure, money, I did not have a lot of money. It's true. because I'd bought some objects that ended up not really making much of a difference, but but fun 10, charm 11, creativity 8. Okay, single digits, but still relatively high single digits. Boldness 11, smarts 13. Just like what does this girl want, you know? Like, if this isn't enough for her, what would be? Is there no end to what women demand of men these days when it comes to accepting an invite to the prom, chat? I don't understand it, chat. It's so unjust. Your interactions with the characters also matter a lot. You spent most of your time with the vampire. True, and I don't know if I'm right about this, but it seems to me the game was kind of pushing that because, or maybe it was just random and kind of bad luck, but it seems like he would show up at most of the places where I would go to. And like, there wasn't any hint that he was going to be there, but just kind of like the game had him be the more likely choice for interactions. Unless there was just something I was missing that I was doing that made him pop up more. But yeah, it seemed to me the reason he was popping up more was, I guess, my answers on the initial quiz kind of went along with him. So maybe he was the only choice I could have picked. But it also seemed like he didn't really like me that much. So maybe my character was just destined to be alone. Like, no one I asked would have gone with him. Or the werewolf character might have, because he seemed pretty nice. Well, at least now we... Oh, okay, now we have a retrospective. Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened. And it was wonderful. Polly took a summer job as the ghost of Christmas present. She spent most of her time partying. There was almost no work because, you know, it was summer. Vera built the Oberlin Empire into endless greatness. They own a shameless number of companies. It's known they're also into lots of sketchy business. But no one does anything about it. I mean, who the hell would try to stop Vera Oberlin? Yeah, she is kind of scary. Liam honed his most admirable skill, and got a job with it. He now designs momentgram filters. He seems, I'm surprised. That seems a little too mainstream for him. I thought he would have done something a little more niche, a little more recherche. But hey, if he's happy with it, he's happy with it. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life. And then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there are plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. So, that is the... Though it feels fitting in a way that the ending for my character is a sad one. That it just has, you know, a dark kind of ending to it. Oh, Tia's here. Tia says, Axe Senpai, my condolences. Thank you, Tia. I appreciate your thoughts. Your kind words of sympathy. Your interactions with the characters also matter a lot. You spent most of your time with Vampire. Okay, yeah, that's what lunch is for. It's so you can push the person you're locked onto. Yeah, I tried to talk with Polly a little bit more at lunch. Sometimes, though, I guess I went to the merchant instead to buy things. But, yeah, I guess you're right that with lunch is the main dynamic for picking a different character to talk to. Spread yourself too thin, and no one gets a good taste of who you are. That might be part of it, too, in this case. So, chat, the good news, though, is that even though we did not find a prom date on this run, there is something else that we found. And that something else, I think, is a depiction maybe of what not to do when asking someone to prom. You know, what kinds of things you should avoid. So basically, chat, if you came to this stream looking for dating advice for Valentine's Day and for prom and things like that, then really the best I can tell you is just do the opposite of everything that you saw me do in this stream. And that alone ought to be a big help, because there is a lot of interactions in the stream, a lot of content to look at. So you can you can take that with you into your interactions IRL in the future. Friendship with all of chat, that's the real answer. Yeah, that's a good one too, that having us all here together in chat to be friends with each other, sometimes that is what we need most of all. But yeah, I do think, though, if I were to put it perhaps on a slightly more serious note, when it comes to asking someone to prom or asking someone on a date, I think the best thing usually is to just like put yourself out there and really go for it, you know? Sure, it takes courage in the moment, but you will regret the times when you didn't ask, I think, much more than the times when you did. Because even if the person says no, at least you can know that that's where they stand, and you can know that you did the courageous thing. You can know that you gave it everything you had so that you can have no regrets. And I think that's important, you know? Maybe even the most important thing is being able to look back and not regret anything you did, even if whatever relationship you were hoping for did not develop. So chat, when it comes to this coming Valentine's Day, if you are looking to date someone but are not currently dating anyone, and especially if there's someone in particular that you're thinking of and you haven't expressed to them how you felt, I hope that you will find some way of expressing your feelings to them. Could be a note, could be telling them in person, could be whatever way seems most natural, most authentic to you. But I hope that you will find a way to make those thoughts and those feelings known, because there's really no shame in feeling that way about someone else. And even if they say no, perhaps you can still be friends at least. That was really fun. Great stuff as always, Ax. Thanks for the stream text. Have fun on Valentine's, everyone. Yeah, thank you all for being here for today's stream. As always, it's much more fun with you all present. And when it comes to Valentine's Day, one thing I should announce before we close out today's stream is that tomorrow there'll be a special stream on this channel for Valentine's Day. You might have seen that special stream sort of pre-posted on my channel, but if you haven't seen it, tomorrow Tia Fair and I will be doing a collab, in particular a debate on this channel about love, philosophical questions about love. So these are questions like what love is, questions like do we love for reasons, why do we love, should we love, why should we love? Also questions like how do you find the right person or the right people? And there might have been a few others that we were thinking of, but those were some of the major ones that we will be going over in tomorrow's debate. And that will be at my usual streaming time, 7 p.m. Central Time. So please feel free to stop by if you would like to see that. Though, of course, if you have dates that you are going to be spending time with, I would encourage you not to like go on the date, you know, don't feel like you have to end the date early just to catch the stream, because the VOD will still be there. But especially if you are not spending Valentine's with anyone else and you want to have some company and watch some interesting philosophical discussion, then that will be on this channel tomorrow. So that is all for this evening, chat. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night. And goodbye. See you all next time. Maybe tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, I will see you all at whatever the next time ends up being for you, whatever the next time is for you on this channel, on one of the streams. But in the meantime, take care.